I would say that in short, PSD2 is, it's an EU regulation which mandates that consumer and the business owner can share their bank transaction data from their bank to third parties. To make it really short and simple, this means that the bank doesn't own your data. You do as a consumer or a business owner. You own the data, and you can share that in different types of processes. For instance, lending processes where the data is good to use for the lenders, so they can make better decisions. It has perfected, I would say, in a very profound way all across the lending sector, since consumers will be able to share their data and get a truly fair assessment. So this means a better chance for a loan in general, a better rate, and all in all, a faster and more efficient process. If we're talking about challenges, there are a lot of challenges with just how traditional lending processes are conducted by using old data points, outdated data points. Maybe you're using physical documents, a lot of manual labor. So that's kind of the first challenge. Now with PSD2 and the use of bank transaction data, a lot of those obstacles can be overcome. But there's also a problem with PSD2 data, is that it's kind of hard to understand the bank transaction data just as it is, as raw data. So this has to be properly categorized. Kreditz, first of all, was founded back in 2018. We launched our product in 2019, and we are aiming to make a real-time credit score based on PSD2 data. And when we started out, we had two problems. One was that the traditional credit information is outdated. It's not useful enough to make decisions here today. So that's problem number one. Then the problem number two actually kind of surfaced when we thought that, yes, we can solve this problem with the help of open banking and PSD2 data. But we found out very quickly that PSD2 data, just as the raw data that is coming from the bank, is really hard to understand. So to be able to use that data for whatever purpose, the data needs to be properly labeled and categorized. So this means that we had to do a lot of analyses and understanding the data sets in order to kind of reach that end goal, which is properly categorized data enabled to make a real-time credit score. There are a lot of use cases for PSD2 data. I would say the natural one being credit information and using it for lending processes. What we see now, I would say, in not only Sweden, in the Nordics, but all across Europe, is that the market is really heating up, and there's a lot of different use cases, not only consumer lending, business lending as well, but we're looking at things like tax authorities using this type of data, and also a lot of different areas which we are now exploring. So I think with the maturity of the market and how this adoption has kind of first started within lending credit scoring, we can see that it's now kind of moving on into different sectors. Prior to using enabled banking, we were trying out different data aggregators initially, or they were kind of aggressive in saying that, hey, more data is good for you, so just connect with us and do whatever you want with the data, or rather maybe do connect with the data and you can make better decisions and you can improve your processes. And that was true in a sense, but we found out very quickly, as I mentioned earlier, that the data itself has to be categorized properly, and that's something that I think is a problem on the market. I think with enabled banking, we categorize that data and label that data, but I think with enabled banking, the great partnership is that they provide us with the exact raw data that comes from the bank. I would say that enabled banking has been understanding our needs very to the point, and not also I would say that they have been very service-minded. Enabled banking has always been very attentive to our needs, and been very service minded. And when I talk about needs, since PSD2 and open bank, it's a totally new market in some ways. So there's a lot of new things to explore and a lot of unknowns. So in that area, I would say that the communication that we've had with enabled banking and have kind of on a daily basis has helped, I think, both of us to make a better product. In general, looking at PSD2 as the starting point, open banking as the starting point of this revolution, really, I would say, in not only the financial sector, but it starts there because that's where the data comes from and that's where it's been used traditionally. For the next coming years, we're looking at things like open finance and the ability to be able to use all kinds of data that is sitting within the bank account of a consumer or a business owner, and that's just going to open up more possibilities, more opportunities to create more products and to gain better understanding of reach a further better understanding of someone's financial situation to make an even better decision.